Hey everybody, I'm back for a second, not forever. Um, and I'll explain why in a little bit. Let's let it build up a little bit, see if we get anybody in here. I don't know how my connection is. I don't think this is gonna be recorded, so I'm just, basically talking to, chatting it up. No, but I'll be talking about what's been going on. Be talking about some pickups I got. What's up, Travis? Got Travis in the house. First one. Nobody knew I was going live. This is kind of like special. Travis, I hope you can hear me. Give me like a thumbs up or something. It's also a test on my connection. My connection hasn't been that good. Travis, you already know. Um, so let me know if I'm coming in loud and clear. If you can hear me. I got another person hopped in. I want to say hi, everybody. I know I've been absent for about 3 months now. Um, what's up, Inja? What's up, Inja? I got Inja. All right, Travis, thanks. What's up, Inja? No, so I have been absent for the 3 months, and I'll kind of talk about that. One of the reasons why I'm not back online, Travis, you already know, but so I moved states. I'm here in Colorado. I was in Houston, Texas. Now I'm in Aurora, Colorado, right next to Denver. It's like a 5 minute like walk pretty much from where I am. But one of the main reasons I haven't been online is I stay in a hotel. I haven't found my own place yet, but I stay right on like a major freeway and it's loud. Right now I have all the doors closed in our hotel room. So hopefully you can hear me because I can still hear the road, but I don't know if y'all can hear it. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons I haven't gone like live. And I feel ashamed because my YouTube channel has suffered. I still put stuff on my IG and I've been talking to people on IG. But for those of y'all that only follow me on YouTube, like you have no idea what's going on. But basically a short story, I couldn't get work in Houston. I think by the end I had like 234 applications out. Um, no interviews, no calls. I was even trying like a labor systems and couldn't find work there, basically like a temp service. Um, so I have a brother that stays up in Colorado, one of my only brothers, and I have a lot of brothers, but one of the only brothers that I actually talk to. So I called him up and he was like, hey man, come up here. He's come up here for a long time. But I mean, I can't hear the background and you're coming in really clear. Okay, good. Thanks, Travis. Um, and like I said, this kind of experiment, I haven't really tried going online here, especially using StreamYard. Like if y'all notice, I'm not paying for StreamYard at the moment. I will once I get ready to go back online, but I bought my laptop. I'm in the process of like trying to get like a Wi-Fi router that will connect to our hotel, or it's either going to be like a hotspot. So that's the next thing that's in the plan. But for those of you that have been on IG, I have been like showing off comics that I've been picking up and stuff like that. And I felt like, hey, like actually in my hotel, I stay with my brother and I stay with one other roommate. The roommate is a longtime friend of my brother's. He's almost like another brother because he's been in my brother's life since he was like 5 or something. So now he's like, in his late 30s. They've been here for about 12 years, so I haven't seen them since they've been here. But I mean, my brother was pretty much the same. I can say he's a little thicker. In weight and maybe in mind too. He got a little bit thicker up there, but still the same brother. The other friend, I mean, he's a good guy and everything. We've never been the best of friends. It's my brother's friend kind of scenario, but that's us in the hotel. The hotel is not a small hotel. It is a quite a big size hotel. What's up, Frazier? What's up, JD? But there is 3 of us here. Like me and my brother stay in the bedroom, and then the other guy that we room with, he stays in the living room. And we have a living room, we have a dining room, so there's a little bit more space, but it's pretty confined here. When I first got here, there was 4 of us, and I didn't have any space at all. I didn't even have drawer space. It was so full. My brother made it seem like, hey, we've got room for you and stuff like that. And then I got here, and it was a different story. But you know, that these are kind of the reason I'm explaining this, besides the fact that I haven't really done this on YouTube yet, is kind of one of the reasons I've been absent. I have been watching YouTube a little bit more, been on IG, stuff like that, trying to get back in the comic book community. But as far as going live, it's going to be like sporadic for here and now, kind of like how it was before. Now, my reviews, I really want to do, like, man, I read 8 billion genies, and after I read it, I instantly wanted to hop on YouTube, and I just didn't have the ability. I have all my gear and stuff, just like I did, you know, back in Houston, but I just, it's so loud, or I have my brother and his friend here, so it's just kind of a chaotic mess right now. I got other people coming in. What's up, Bill? Comic Mag Mushins. We got Beefit. What's up, Beefit? I know it's been a long time, and I apologize. I thank everybody for, you know, the well wishes that I have gotten on IG and stuff like that. And everything's fine. I'm perfectly fine. It's just a matter of work. I couldn't find work in Houston, so I moved up here to Colorado. The second I moved up here, I've had nonstop work, and that's all I've been doing since I got here. Besides, yeah, restaurants and stuff like that. But I haven't really done anything else. Thanks, Engine. I've missed everybody. I mean, y'all, I say this and we say that kind of thing, but y'all are my family, and you know, either like family or really really best friends or extended family. I mean, and some of y'all have reached out to me, you know, wondering. Some I've got a lot of weird like comments on YouTube. Um, and it's just a matter of I really haven't been able to get online. I wanted to, even trying to have like small conversations with like Travis and stuff like that. It gets really loud here, and I try and do it in this one hallway. It still gets loud here. It's like I live on like a 4-lane like highway. Um, yes, and thank y'all. Thanks everybody for the well wishing. I mean, there was like a. I will say I'm not divulging everything that I went through, but it was kind of scary near the end. But luckily I came up here. My brother had room for me to stay. It wasn't, you know, a lot of room, but still enough to get started. But now as the months progressed, it's been getting better. It's getting to a place where I've been able to buy comics and save money and still continue working. So, but hopefully soon, like the next month, before the next month's over, I will be back online full-fledged, even if I have to rent like, you know, a hotel room for a couple hours or something like that. So I did pick up some comics today, and I was able to set up a subscription box today at Alcie's Collectibles here in Colorado, and I come to find out that's kind of like my version of a comic shop back home, because they have like 5 or 6 different locations. But right now, I can scroll through the books that I picked up this week. I've been trying to get back into my regular routine of picking up books, but like some books I've kind of either had to pause or I'm waiting on trade paperback, just because for one reason, I don't know where I left off. All my stuff is still back in Houston. I came up here with just basically like my clothes. I did bring, I mean, most everybody that knows me, I'm a huge Sweet Paprika fan, so that came with me. And there was a couple other like comics that did come with me, stuff like that, but the majority of my collection is still back home. So there's some series, I just don't know what issue I left off on. Like Basilisk, I was reading that one, and by the time I made it to a comic book shop here, I think they're on issue 8 or 9. I don't remember. Let's go back looking at my reviews or whatever, and that's near the end. I kind of want to do reviews on every comic, so I've kind of I've heard the same thing. Bill, what's up, Sargum? What's up, Sargum? I'm not permanently back. This is kind of like a surprise thing, just so I could like tell everybody what's going on, show off some, you know, comics that I got and explain what's going on. Today I have a weird brief moment. I was able to go to the comic shop. I'm coming back. My brother ended up picking up late, and my other roommate ended up getting stuck somewhere with our trouble. And I was like, no one's home. I don't have to worry about, you know, people in the background. I don't even think this is going to be recorded, because that's like, it's going to be like one of those, like, you know, if you weren't here, you kind of things, because my phone is so full up on space. I bought a laptop, and I've kind of started moving things back and forth. I want it to be permanent, and I'm trying to get back into that. I've actually been using Circum to try and keep track of my weekly buys and stuff like that. I'm trying to get back into watching YouTube and finally coming back on YouTube. I mean, my whole year on YouTube was probably one of the best years of my life, and not really what was going on day to day, but just the YouTube side of it made it all worth thanks, Bill. All worthwhile. You know what I'm saying? I finally found friends. I finally found people I can talk to about the same. You know, and it's funny. I still every time I go out or like trying to get my brother into comics or something like that, it just people aren't interested in him. It don't matter what you show them. It could be the coolest looking variant, you know, covered by like story. Nah, like people don't want to see that stuff. They either got to be into comics or they gotta have something that gets them into comics. I've been trying them, but no, I've missed everybody up on here, man. And I've missed just being able to watch on, sit back. But I'm not living the same life that I was before. Back home, I was living all by myself, you know, single king and stuff, you know. Not, but and stuff like that. And right now, I mean, I'm kind of doing what I should do. I'm specifically like buckling down, working, saving, you know, and a lot of my savings is to this to come back to YouTube. I am saving up for a vehicle and stuff like that, but everything's been going good on that line. So I'll go on and show you some pickups. There's no particular order, and they're kind of messed up. I did go nuts on one comic. You'll kind of see a trend, but I also bought like a comic for my brother and a comic for my other roommate because they are into. Well, I'll show it off. But so I end up I got each one of them a different variant of the Mandalorian. They are huge Star Wars fans, and they've really, really, for some reason, like gone hardcore into the Mandalorian, where they're buying like pops and figures and everything they can find Grogu. And I love that. I'm a big Star Wars fan myself, and actually, like, I think the last time I left my brother, he wasn't such a big Star Wars fan. So actually, you know, seeing that he's kind of getting into the nerdy side of things is kind of cool. Some other DC stuff, I haven't really been picking up a lot of DC. It's been basically like Batman and the Crisis. Pick back up to the line I was, and I just don't know off. I'm just waiting for new arcs. Batgirl said they started a new arc. I've loved the art and the story that I was reading. Like I think the first 4 or 5 issues that I made it into, and I liked it all the way up there. So I'm back. I'm back on. I mean, everybody knows I'm a big Batman guy, big DC guy. I was real big into Wonder Woman, and I know I'm behind like 10 or something issues, so I went ahead and picked that up. I don't know. I know this is the it's the cover B variant, but I can't remember. I think it's a connecting variant. Um, I have been wanting to try different new series. Like I did, I was able to get 8 billion genies, which I loved. I thought that was great. Right, Batgirls. That's what I'm hoping. I'm trying. Like, I actually bought him like a comic 2 weeks ago, and they came out with Bill and Ted's Roll the Dice. My brother's a big nostalgic fan, 80s, 90s movies, stuff like that, and he's a big Bill and Ted fan. Yes, and Travis, and you know, Bill and Ted's been my life for a long time, but like my brother, like really went hardcore into Bill and Ted. So I picked up the comic thinking like, hey, look, they got comics of this, you know, like thinking he would at least look at it, you know, and he looked at the cover and that was about it. He was like, you know, I was like, okay. I mean, I read it. It was okay. You know, I'd never read a Bill and Ted comic, so I was like, ah, fuck it, I'll read it. It was all right. It wasn't bad. I can say the art was, you know, it wasn't bad, but I wish it was a little better. And I think that it would have been a lot better because they had a neat motif. It's that Roll the Dice series, and they're supposed to be stuck in a. Oh, there he is. What's up, Brian? What's up, Brian? And I know Circum said it earlier, like permanent, you know. I'm hoping, I'm trying, I'm getting back, guys. I'm getting back. Look, I'm on right now, you know, and y'all didn't know. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell nobody. Yes, an 8 billion genies was it was epic. It was amazing. It reminded me of a couple different series from this past year. It was exactly what I was looking for when I went to the comic book shop, and I was like, I want a new series to get into. And I've picked up a couple different ones. I picked up Grimm. Grimm wasn't bad, but it wasn't super great either. I want to say Grimm for me is the art. The art is really fantastic. I'm not back 100%, bro. I'm not back 100%. This is gonna be like spotty when I can show up, and it's really just because I don't. It's my living situation over here. I live on a major highway. It's extremely loud over here. I will get up and walk and show y'all, just to prove, but it's pretty loud. Um, but I also live with my brother and another roommate, so that's another reason it's really hard. And they're not into comics. The second I get into comics, it's like boredom and they don't want to hear all. What's up, cat fan? Um, right? And this was unplanned. Um, so back to the comics. So, like I said, I'm trying to get back in the indies just like I was before, and I have been seeing some different series. So I went ahead and picked up, I picked up 8 Billion Genies. I was stoked to get that. The only problem with that series is I know issue 3 came out and issue 2 is already out. I haven't find issue 2 and number 3. Three was already sold out. So it's going to be like one of those hunt things. And if I can't find it, trade paperback, here I come. Sup, Mark? What's up, Sleeping Comics? And like I said, this is unexpected, and don't everybody think this is gonna be a permanent thing. I'm gonna try and make it a permanent thing. I would like to. I've been picking up comics now for the past 2 or 3 weeks. I can say in Colorado, I have not been having a lot of luck. Their shops are on the shops that I've been to, and no ill speaking of the shops. They're great shops. They're not on the indie craze or the comic craze that the world has been in the last 2 years. They're kind of still buying comics like real spotty. But hopefully, I just did a subscription box today and set it up. So hopefully, I'll be back on my normal grind of getting stuff that I wanted. Today was the best luck I've had in a long time of getting the books that were on the list. And I'm talking about last week. I only have books on my list. I could only get one. The week before that, I only had 3 books on the list. I only got one. Hold on, I saw some more people rolling here. What's up, Tylex, my buddy? What's up, Mighty Mullet? And I saw my man, Freaky Lou. What's up, Freaky? I got everybody saying hi to everybody. I'm not ignoring the comments, kind of talking and trying to go back and forth. Okay. But like I said, not a permanent thing. I'm trying to come back. I'm really trying to come back. Thanks, man. It's a lot of y'all, man. It's super exciting to see y'all. Right? No, you're not kidding. I'm trying to keep up right now. Okay, so let's get back into it. So the next indie book I bought that I kind of read and I saw that it sounded interesting. I'm into Westerns and stuff like that. I've only read one Western comic so far. That was at St. Mercy. And it was like half of Western. So I don't know. I'll try it. Above Snakes. It sounded cool. I wanted the other variant, but I was glad I got this one. Like I said, I'm picking and choosing what I can hold of. Yeah, and that's what I kind of knew. It wasn't kind of like I was going to be gone forever. I kind of knew that, everybody. I've still been getting subscribers. I still get new comments from new fans that are checking out like old reviews and stuff. And that was my plan all along, was that hopefully like months or years later, that's when people will be watching my reviews, which is kind of cool. And so I've been enjoying that part of it. I really wanted to go to YouTube. I felt like I've been ignoring the YouTube, which is not true. It's just a little harder for me to go live on YouTube than it is on IG or stuff like that. Yeah, man, and I've missed everybody here. Like, watching all the shows. And I'm slowly getting back into it, trying to watch, and I've been like trying to watch, one person's show every day because I only have a limited time. I can say once I get home from work, it's like 3 hours and then I go back to sleep. Right now, I'm missing I want to say 2 hours out of my day because I'm working through a temp service right now, but they've been supplying me with a steady amount of work. So I've been losing that 2 hours every day. It won't be permanent. I've had a lot of job offers for permanent places because since I've been here, I think I've worked for 30 different places. Because I think I've been here a month and a half. The past month, I've been working at a paper factory, actually. And it's so funny because it reminds me of Dunder Mifflin from The Office. And it's almost the same setup. It's a small little 15 people kind of thing. It's kind of cool. All I do is cut paper all day. And that's it. It's probably the easiest job I've ever worked, and I'm actually making decent money. So right now I've just been sticking there. All right, so getting back into comics, I've been picking up everything Dark Crisis. Been trying to stay on with that event. I just like I think this weekend, I was able to get issue 2. Um, I've only read like the prequel to Dark Crisis, and I think I've read the first issue, and that's it. I do have the Young Titan and the Flash issue and stuff like that. I'm just behind them. I'm reading a little bit. I'm 4 away from 100. Man, we're gonna get you there. We're gonna work on all that. That's one thing I do miss is calling out other channels that I love and stuff like that, and finding new channels, because I have found quite a bit of new channels. They're still coming in. Um, like I said, I have been in a better amount of money, so I went a little crazy this week with comics, and I did pick up this sucker. I don't know why I haven't been into the whole. I didn't pick up anything Hellfire Gala. I was picking up X-Men and I was reading it, but I felt like I was like, you know what, I might as well. Why not? I wish I was working for Dunder Mifflin. It's called Landmark. It's called Landmark Paper, or like Landmark Paper Productions or something like that. But like I swear, every day I walk through the door, I wait for the dun, 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 and I'm waiting for like some dude to be like parkour, parkour over the paper and shit. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm waiting. No, but it's been all right here. It's I mean, Colorado's a lot. The weather's different than I'm used to in Houston. They say every day it's been hot here. It's not really hot for me. I'm used to a different type of hell. Um, what's up, Shayna? What's up, Shayna? Um, so it doesn't really like, and we do have a dude. Like, I wish I could take pictures, because I swear to God, there's a guy named Dwight, and I think his name is Daryl or Dwayne or something like that. It's real close, and he's like, I want to say he's a Latino version of Dwight, but that's really close. Um, but I swear it's spot on. Like, I want to say, thanks, Mark. It's good to see everybody. I've missed everybody. That's one of the reasons I'm on YouTube right now. I was going to go IG live. It's a lot easier for me. Like, after I get done with this, it's not going to record this. So whoever misses it and misses my one time on YouTube for now, they go miss it. And I apologize. It's really because I don't have any space on my phone. Like, it's like it. I got 16 gigs, and I think it's at like 15, like 82 or something like that. Like, I don't know. Okay, so back into the comics. So I did pick up. They started a new Daredevil. I wasn't reading Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil that run with Elektra and stuff, and I wish I would have. As soon as they made, Elektra the new Daredevil and stuff, I kind of got into that. I did read Devil's Reign, and I was really into that. So I'm a stick onto this and try it. It's also another time where I'm trying to get my brother into comics. I'm like, hey, look, Daredevil, #1. It didn't really work, but yeah, I'm still trying. Okay. I mentioned before that I got my brother, our roommate, and me, like, all variants to the Mandalorian. So I showed the main cover that I got. I ended up getting the action figure one, and I think this is for my brother, and I think the first one I showed was for my roommate, and this is the one that I got. It was the one that I kind of liked out of all the ones they had. They had, like, I want to say 6 or 7. But honestly, this was one of my favorite moments in The Mandalorian, that first season when with Taika Waititi as IG, like 44 or whatever he was. And he turned into the babysitter droid. I kind of loved all that. I don't know why I was able to get this, because I swear this came out like 2 weeks ago. It was on my list. But I was able to get Iron Cat #1. It was something I wanted to pick up, and I thought I missed it, but they had a crap ton today, and it is a first print, so maybe it was just late, or I don't know, but I was happy to get it. I was also another book I missed out on. I've missed out on all these. It was in the past like couple of months that I haven't been on YouTube or whatever. I know this chat's going crazy. I did not expect this many people to be on a Wednesday, especially like comic book day, and I didn't even check to see who else was live, and that's kind of my fault, Well, I'm glad to hear that, because I was kind of upset. I was like, man, I wanted an Iron Cat, man. I'm not a big fan of Iron anything. I think Riri is about the only Iron, Ironheart is about the only. I mean, because I'm not a big fan of Iron Man, but I was like, man, let me try, Iron Cat, mix of Black Cat and Iron Man or something like that. And I was like, Peach Momoko. I love Peach Momoko, and I'm a big Ghost Rider fan. I've been waiting for Ghost Rider startup, and as soon as I'm in between moving states and stuff, that's when they want to come out. So I'm on the binge, like trying to find, you know, 1, 2, 3 that I don't have yet. I was happy to get 4 because I thought that released like a week ago or 2 weeks ago or something like that. I'm thinking they got a late shipment or something like that, and that's why I was able to get some of these. Because one of the stores I've gone to, it seems like every week I go there for new books, and I end up coming out of there with like $40 worth of books, but they're books I missed like in the past, like, which I'm not complaining on. Like that's how I was able to get that 8 billion genies and stuff. But I don't know what that store is doing. Like, are they holding books and then putting them out? Are these people subscription boxes? They just are getting chips that I don't know. I haven't been following comics that well to know about the shipments and stuff like that. I have heard there has been like delays and stuff like that, but kind of like on the ones that I knew before were being delayed, like Scout Comics and stuff like that. We're getting down to the end. This was another indie book that I wanted to pick, and I've always liked Zdarsky. I don't think I've read anything Zdarsky that I didn't like so far. Most of these new writers, I don't think there's one new writer that came out that I was just like, nope, yeah, he or she is not for me. You know, real writers. Now, if we're talking about like the actors that have like tried to do their own comic, I mean, there's one comic that I was like against, and I believe that that person shouldn't be writing. Maybe we're not going to get in there, but no, I like most of the big indie writers. You know, Ram V, Zdarsky, most of the new ones that popped up and stuff like that. All right, so other new number one I picked up Starhinge from Image, book one, The Dragon and the Boar from Lee and Sharp. I just like the gimmick of it. I don't know anything about the book. I actually didn't read the synopsis, and I usually do. I'm not a huge fan of Liam Sharp. Liam Sharp likes to do the whole abstract. Um, what's up, Manny, man? What's up, Manny? One of my favorite artists in this community. I love Manny, man. If you have not seen his channel or checked out his art, man, check out Manny's art. Another big artist that I've been stuck on this comic. I didn't know if it was going to be any good because this comic is just based on a painting. There was no story behind the painting, and people now, like 40 years after that painting was painting, have now given the painting a comic. You know, so I was like, eh. And honestly, it's not bad. It reminds me a lot of Barbaric. I swear they read Barbaric and they were like, that's the story we're using. That's the gimmick. Because it's almost the same gimmick. Instead of his axe, it's his helmet that talks and he has to feed or whatever. But I've been reading Frank Frazzetti's Death Dealer. Kind of funny. I thought Sarah Frazzetti, like one of the daughters, was going to be more attached to this book, and they're not. They gave their okay from the Frazzetti, you know, estate or whatever, because I think he has, but I think Sarah is the main Frazzetti that's in charge of everything. I don't know, but I thought she was going to be either writing or doing art because she does do art. So, but no, and they just gave their okay to do the book. But honestly, it's not a bad book. It's been a lot like Barbaric. It's not a copy of Barbaric. Don't get that. You know, I'm not saying that, but there is a very close similarities. And I want to say whoever did this book kind of did that and took some similarities. But so far it's actually been a good read, and especially since Barbaric has been around. They did say Barbaric was supposed to come out today. That was one of the books that was on my list. I've been excited to finally get back on the Barbaric train. What has it been, like 8 months since Barbaric, the first volume, finished or whatever. Some other books that I was supposed to pick up today that I did not get, and I'm just believing they either sold out. I know one for guarantee because I saw, like, yesterday I was at the same comic book store, and I saw their shipment of Wednesday's comics, and they had this book, but I was supposed to get 8 Billion Genies, number 3. They didn't have that. I was going to get Bill and Ted Roll the Dice, issue number 2 for my brother and me because I'm reading it now. They didn't have that. And then that Barbaric, the Harvest Blades, number 1, they didn't have that either. So I'm hoping either it's just delayed or I know 8 Billion Genies, it's sold out. That's a guarantee. And I just set up my box today. So I was kind of, you know, I'll probably make it to that other comic book shop that puts out their books weird and maybe they'll have it. I don't know. But that is all the comics I got, besides picking up like the current previews, so I can try and get back into comic news and stuff like that. I got the Marvel preview and the regular preview. Um, I don't know, but that's pretty much everything I got. I'm gonna throw down a link. Anyone wants to hop in, talk to me for a little bit, ask me any questions, stuff like that. You know, I don't know. Let's see if I still remember how to do it. Oh, I do. No, but I am on planning that. That's always been a goal of coming back. Like I said before, YouTube is one of the greatest, parts of last year. What's up, Sid, man? And congratulations on hitting your milestone, man. I was happy to see that. I was happy to see you finally came back, man. You came out of that wow hole. Um, I know game, like right before I left, I was on like Xbox like crazy. I was playing like every game I could. I hadn't played games in a while though. Been playing some games. I've had the now that I'm back with my brother and his, our roommate. I've had some opportunity to actually play board games. I haven't played board games in like 15, 20 years. He says he's still in the wow. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with anything you love, especially spending your time, especially if you feel like, it's fun spending your time. Well worth it kind of thing. Why not? I had played some games that my brother has a PS4 and like I think we played like some Diablo 3. I'm really trying to get my brother into D&D. Wing. I know there's some people in this chat right now that play some D&D. I've been trying to get that going. I already bought like the starter set and then I think I forget the other set I bought. But I've been trying to get because my brother does play board games, and we did buy like Talisman, we bought like Dungeon. You can see some of them actually right there. I bought like the X-Wing miniature game, and we've been doing that. But I've actually been trying to get him to play like basic beginner style of D&D. It would for all three of us, it would have to be at a beginner level, and we've all played D&D, but it's just been for me, it's been like 10 years, and I think my brother it's been like 25, something like that. It's been a while. I remember the Church of Ur. I don't know if I've ever heard the other one. The Mankirk. I love D&D. Just the the acting and the imagination that is used to play D&D. It sets different people apart. Not everybody can do it, and for good reason. I think everybody has the capability of doing it, but it's more along to the imagination, the fun factor, that kind of stuff. I think he was saying it's good to see. It's good to see all y'all, man. I'm happy everybody showed up. Like I said, this is real unexpected. I just had a brief moment where I could hop online. I haven't had too many opportunities where I had like just moments of or was the capital Mesopotamia? It was or still is. I don't know. You talking about in the games here? How's my connection been? That's another thing. Have I been breaking up a lot? Like that's one thing I've noticed here in Colorado. Another kind of scary reason I haven't been on like YouTube a bunch is my signal. My signal goes out like crazy up here, and I want to believe it's the mountains, but I'm not sure. Like I said recently, I bought my laptop. That's coming. So as far as okay. Now, as far as me hopping back on YouTube permanently, it's coming within. I mean, by the end of, I want to say, give it a month. I'll be back like permanently. I'll be able to hop on a bunch like this. But as far as me popping out reviews and stuff like that, which I already want to do, like 8 Billion Genes, I wanted to review that as soon as I got done. It was such a video is a little laggy. Okay, thanks, Brian. I wasn't sure because the signal's been going in and out, and that's kind of the experiment. One of the reasons I picked YouTube versus IG. IG, I was on there and it didn't really seem to mess up or anything. But I mean, right now I've been watching this text and trying to see if I've noticed any kind of lag on my end. It just shows me fine. Like, yeah, I don't know. but I have missed everybody. I do. I mean, that is one of my main goals. Was, I mean, I didn't stop comics. That ain't never gonna stop. You know, some people it's a fad. This is something they got into for COVID. You know, whatever the reason. That's not me. Comics are a big part of my life. They always will be. They always have been. I mean, and then I mean, when I packed my bag, like sweet paprika was one of the first things that went in my bag before I put like underwear and clothes. And I mean, comics are very important to me. I'm lucky to have a good 4-4 D&D every week. I think you're trying to say you had a good group. Do you play D&D? I think that's what you say, because I know you and Tylox shall both have groups y'all play with. I know, I think Tylox was saying he does it online. We tried to at one time, and not everybody was on board. And I would have been able to, you know. I've actually bought some Funko Pops since I've been here. Not really for me. I've been buying them for my brother. Like I said, my brother is big time into the Mandalorian. So I've actually, like, every time I see a different Mandalorian pop, I bring him home. I've actually got him the Child, the GameStop exclusive. I've got him the Luke Skywalker with Grogu, which I was pretty cool to find that one. I've got him a Spider-Girl, the Walgreens exclusive, a Valentine's Grogu with cookies. My brother likes Overwatch. He plays religiously, and these are his two main characters that he plays with. And it's one of the reasons I'm looking for the Mega Diva. Down here is also like a Golden Groot, a Venomized Hulk, and a torn up Harley Quinn that I got for $1. But I was like, I'm not gonna pass that up. But I haven't even bought Pops in forever, and I was like, so my brother's got me buying Pops now. I haven't actually bought any Pops for me yet. Let's see. Some friends from high school get together and roll dice. That's what I want, man. It's fun. It's fun stuff, you know. What? There he is. Chop and drop. It's good to see you, man. Yeah, it's real. It's real. And you're not dreaming. I had a brief moment where I could get online. This isn't a permanent thing. Not yet. Not yet. I really just wanted to talk to people on YouTube that you know, didn't or don't have or not follow me on IG. I've been posting stuff religiously on IG, but on here I really haven't. What's up, the hunt? Yeah, so I felt like I was kind of like leaving YouTube out, but it's been a little harder because it's nothing but video here. And on my phone, I can't really do like single post. So that's kind of one of the main reasons I chose YouTube today. And I mean, plus that, I've been wanting to talk to the comic community. I wanted to be a part of it, and I've been missing out, man. I missed everybody, all my friends, my family, my brothers, that's how I see the comic book community. I miss talking about comics, man. I've actually been, back into reading. I've been reading now, I want to say, for maybe like 2.5 weeks since I've been able to start buying comics again. But I'm still kind of like out of the loop. I'm not 100% back on that. I'm still having problems just getting books and stuff like that. All right, buddy. What's up to next? It's been a minute. I want to say altogether it's been like 3 months, something like that. That was the last time I dropped some content. And I've said this before, like, this isn't even going to be recorded. Whoever showed up. After I finish this, the broadcast, it will be deleted because I don't have any space on my phone at the moment. It's literally one of the biggest reasons, I'm not back full and flex, because I want to come back with all the resources to come back. I want to come back on a laptop this time, and a real camera, a real microphone. I want to do everything legit, not on my phone. I did that for the year, and the experiment worked. I had a good time. I'm trying to do it at a basic level, but now now that I made progress at that basic level, I want to come back in full force. But I'll be still doing the same thing, reviews. I like doing reviews. Even though I've been off YouTube, I've still had people watching my videos. I've still got subscribers. I've still got comments. It's all, yeah, no joke. I might stay with that. It just depends. It's not like I'm opting out, but I'm definitely going to upgrade my phone. This phone sucks, and this phone has been a pain in the butt for since I bought it 5 months ago or whatever. And it's just the space on this phone. I don't know what it is. It doubles everything. And I have a massive memory card on my phone. It still just wants to put everything on the hard drive of the phone. I'm not getting it. I only have 3 apps on my phone. I look at my brother's phone. He's got like 50 apps. He's using all the time. I'm like, damn, my phone's like a $500 phone. Like, what the hell? Well, I got the camera, and I just bought a laptop. Now it's a matter of getting Wi-Fi and stuff like that. I want to start getting into like editing or reviewing, and not everything. I still want to go live. I still like all that. I like giving everybody my genuine, you know. I mean, this is me. I'm not hiding shit, kind of thing. Um, Try not to make too many mistakes, kind of thing. You know, what's up, NORAD, man? What's up, NORAD? A long time. And thanks everybody for showing up. I didn't think anybody was going to be here. I kind of felt like I was overstepping people. It's a Wednesday. It's a busy day. I know on YouTube. But I just wanted to show up, show off some of the comics I picked up. Like I said, this isn't going to be like, it's not something I'm going to put later. It's not that I'm not coming back to YouTube. I am, but I want to do it in full force, start putting out legit videos, make my old videos look like trash, kind of thing. What's up, Free Energy? What's up, Lou? Waiting for you to come visit me. No, I'm playing. No, but I'm doing good. You know, I've been working a lot. I'm finally getting back in the comic book game. I'm not back permanently yet. I am. That's the goal, is to come back to YouTube. I miss YouTube. I miss all y'all. I'm slowly getting back into it. It's just a matter of here. I'm not by myself. I'm with my brother and his roommate, and they're helping me. And they're just not into this kind of stuff. So I kind of have to, you know, kind of weave in there when I can. But I've missed everybody. I've missed doing the reviews. I will be in like chats and stuff like that a lot more often, especially now with my laptop freed up a lot more space on my phone. So yeah, we'll be expected to see me, you know, just like before, you know. Hell yeah, that's right. That's right. You know. As hard as I can, man. I don't know what that means, but yeah, you know, I'm like that. 1 second. See, it's kind of nice because now in Colorado, it's actually legal to smoke. I can smoke legit. What? No, that's a crazy thing because coming from Texas to Colorado and the prices I was paying over there for marijuana compared to the prices, oh my gosh, so different. I'm saving a lot of money there. I can say that. So for some people that showed up late, I can show the comics real quick because I'm not going to stay online too much longer. I don't have an epic window. And that's another thing, is my schedule changed. I used to be a major night owl. Now I wake up at like 4 in the morning and I'm at work until like 2 or 3, something like that. Thank you very much. It was a difficult move. And so far it's going pretty good. I've had a couple crazy things happen, but so far it's pretty good. And yeah, I mean, there's negatives and positives, but for me, the positives outweigh the negatives a lot. I mean, for right now, for me, Colorado is a lot better than Houston, and it's not this or that, but it's just the positives that are here. For one, the people are just much more friendlier, nicer, and that's a big plus. I say the negatives are small complaints, like their food selection is not the best. You pretty much have like American, the Mexican, or like some versions of like Chinese and stuff like that, and that's basically it. Like you don't have like, you know, a lot of seafood places, Cajun, you know, like Chinese buffets. Nah, I think we got one in Denver. Okay, so I'll run back through the. So I've been reading Frank Frazzetti's Death Dealer. I have been stingy, and I've been picking up Cover B, all his original, like they were paintings that he originally did back in the day, and now they've developed a story behind the paintings. I've been trying to get back on my indie games, so I picked up Starhenge #1 from Leon Sharp. I don't know anything about it, but it looked interesting. So I've been waiting for Ghost Rider to start back up, and it started back up while I was away from comics, so I'm gonna have to go backtrack, but this is the first one I've gotten out of this series, and I love this cover, the Peach and Mocha, so I was kind of happy to find that. I was happy to get Iron Cat. It came out I think a couple weeks ago, and maybe it's just laying around, but I had missed out on it, so I picked it up today, and it was one of the #1s that I was trying to get. I have 3 different Mandalorian variants that I bought from the Mandalorian that dropped today, which was the biggest issue that I wanted today. But the reason for is for my roommate and then my brother. They're both big Mandalorian fans, so I just bought them 2 variants. I bought like the roommate, the cover A, and he actually picked that one out with me. He was there with me. This was my variant. I picked out the IG-88 and the Mandalorian photo variant, which it was one of my favorite moments from the Mandalorian so far. And then my brother's getting the action figure variant. Um, Other books I'm trying to get my brother into. He used to be a big Daredevil fan, so then just starting up the run, I was like, hey man, so I picked up that. I did go kind of crazy, and I picked up this Hellfire Gala, which I don't recommend anybody doing. No, I don't even know if it's any good. But the price alone, I don't. It's $8, $8, and it's a little thin, little. Yeah, but I went ahead and picked it up. I was like, screw it. I've been picking up everything Dark Crisis. Now they actually came out right when I was getting back into comics again, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna pick up everything Dark Crisis. I got the money to do it. So I picked up this week's tie-in, Dark Crisis: Worlds Without a Justice League Superman, and I actually like the premise where it's supposed to be like a Batman and Robin, but they both fly or something like that. I kind of saw a little bit of the premise, but I don't know everything. A random indie that just sounded cool is a Western indie, Above Snakes from Image. Went ahead and grabbed that. Been trying to get back into indies. So Simple Simon. It's good to see you. It's good to see everybody, man. I missed everybody. Down to the last 2. I got Wonder Woman. I think this is 789. I think I'm like 10 issues behind on Wonder Woman, and I haven't been buying a lot of DC period because I'm behind on everything. So this week and last week, I started kind of like going backwards, trying to pick up where I left off when I was back in Houston. The reason I'm doing this is because I don't remember a lot of the books. I wasn't doing reviews and like right when I was coming from Houston to Colorado. So a lot of the books I left out where I was, like Basilisk. I can't remember if I was on issue 5 or 6 or 7. I don't remember. And honestly, at the moment, I just don't want to start like just wasting a lot of money either on books I already have back home, like back in Houston, or so some series I've just been like, screw it, I'll wait for the trade or something like that. The last book I got, which this was another book I was reading, and I can't remember where I left off. It was like 5 or 6 or something like that. But they just started a new arc, so I was like, screw it, I'll pick it up, try and get back into it. My Bat family. I'm missing a lot of the Bat books right now. I know they got like Batman Fortress. I know they got like Batman Killing Time, something like that. Most of them were like, I think the only one I could get the #1 on was like Batman Fortress, and most of the other ones were already like 5 or 6 issues in. So I was like, screw it, I'll skip them, read them later. That's kind of what everything I picked up today. There's some other indies I have been reading. I mentioned I read 8 Billion Genies. I've been reading Grimm. That Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer's been pretty good so far. There were some books that were on my list that I missed. But that's pretty much it. But I just kind of wanted to come on YouTube and explain like where I've been, what's going on, when I'm coming back, which should be soon. This is the first small step on me coming back. But it's getting there. My world's a lot better, which it was pretty bad. And it's getting better every day. I don't know. Anybody got any questions? And anybody want to hop on? I put the link in there. I don't know if it ever showed. I didn't follow it to see if it did. And nobody has to get on. It's up to y'all. It's always like that. The option is just there. I'm not going to stay on for too much longer. That's pretty much all I had was just, the comics that I had to show off that I got today and kind of explaining what's been going on. A couple reasons the major reasons I haven't been online for people that haven't been in the chat is how close or far are you from actually I'm about, I want to say without traffic, I'm about 15 minutes with car, and with traffic, I want to say like 20, 25, something like that. It's not that far. And that's like with bus or car, pretty much. It's not, but it is. I mean, it was massive, man. The place was really cool. I was really, I mean, but it's like everybody says, it was really expensive. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm coming back. I didn't leave. I mean, most people, like I've said this before, for some people, comics is a fad, and comics is never going to be a fad for me. And comics, I mean, as long as they still making comics, I'm going to be there buying them. Or either, like stealing them from the internet, something, some way, I'm going to get them. Yeah, I'll start making my own if I have to. I mean, comics are going to be in my life. They always have been ever since I was introduced to them. And, I don't know. Um, It's been pretty fun, Free Energy. He was saying, awesome, man. I'd love to just browse. Happy for you in this new chapter. It's been pretty fun in Colorado. I mean, I can say so far, I want to say there's like 8 shops around me capable and like within distance. And I think I've only been to 4 of them so far. And I can say in my experience, they're kind of lacking, like as far as them being on crazy car. Like I really had to go to like 2 or 3 shops to get the books that I'm looking for in one week. Which back in Houston a little different. I might have had a little too good, I mean, I had shops everywhere and stuff like that, and they were big. They were big on the indie craze. But that's like here. Like I mean, I was so happy to find that 8 billion genies. It was on the shelf, and like the dude didn't like look up eBay prices when I walked up there. I was like, what? I thought I was gonna have to fork over like $20 or something. Um, he didn't even know it was the thing, right? He was like, what is this? And I was like, it's some new hot indie book that got, option right off the bat, and he was all like, nah. He didn't care. Most people don't realize it. Most people that aren't really attuned to the comic book world, they don't even know half the stuff they watch is from comic books. That's like my brother. He's been watching nothing but comic book movies and not even realizing he's like, I don't watch comic book stuff. I'm like, you watching the Kingsman? I love the Kingsman comic book. Mark Millar. Watching like Invincible. Oh, what's an animated? Didn't you know? No, comic book. A lot of people just don't know. They don't know. They don't know. Yes, I did. I was so happy. Those 2 books. Now I haven't read We Have Demons. I was kind of upset. I've seen that it's already in like the 3rd issue or something like that, and I haven't been able to find issue 2. I did locate issue 3. For some reason, I passed it up. That's what I've heard. And there's speculation on it right now. I don't know if I'm a big fan of Edger, Taggart Edger, or whatever his name is, as Wolverine, but I do want somebody young, somebody in that time frame. I want somebody that's going to be in that role for a while. I'm getting tired of this. Let's pick Ben Affleck, and he's 60 years old to be this action hero. Come on, man. What are you doing? What, he's got 2 films in him, 3 films, like, and then you got to cast somebody else. I mean, they're setting up film franchises and they're casting people that they're going to have to recast a couple years later. Like, something. No, so I'm hoping that the person that they do cast this time, and no, I love Hugh Jackman and everything, but like I'm really hoping they oh damn it, don't tell me that. Simple Simon was saying he was a really big fan of the first issue and not of the rest. Some books are like that, I didn't think. I mean, like Grimm looked really dope, and I was really hooked on the artwork alone. And I had read like I think a little preview, and I think it might have been something that's killing the children, something like that. But like Grimm, it was okay, but it didn't have me like it didn't have me grip like 8 Billion Genies or anything like that, or Rain or something like that. My wife watches the comic shows, but is not interested in comics. I like how you can watch the show and not want to read the comics. She says I don't read, and that's why I make the shows. No, I know a lot of people like that. I know a ton of people that they just don't read. That's my brother. I've been trying to get my brother my whole life, and I love my brother. He's the only family member that I really have stuck with. He would, I mean, for the longest time. But it's just I can say that like as far as reading or that kind of side of intelligent pastimes, into like if he has to watch a movie that's got subtitles, he don't want to do that. If he's got like everybody's on their phones. What are you doing? You either watching videos? What are you reading? I mean, that's all we do on our phone. We look at shit or we read. And people are like, "Oh, I don't read." Boy, like if people knew how much they read, they read like a book a day. Like reading articles, they scroll through asshole comments they read. And my brother's one of those dudes that he'll see like an article on Facebook that he likes, and he'll be like, "Oh, they talking about that stuff on Stranger Things. You know, let me go read that." He'll go read like every fucking comment, like 1,600. No, this guy had like a great comment. You know, I mean, I don't know, but trying to get him to read a book or a comic, that's a whole different story. I don't even know, besides like reading in school, like I don't know if my brother's ever read a book in the real world kind of thing. So I mean that's not something I'm not used to. Like especially trying to get people to read comics, like everybody was always assumes that it's like a kid thing. Oh, I don't want to read that kid junk. Like, and then I'm like, it's not kid stuff. Like you know, kids don't make this stuff, right? And like most of the stuff that I buy is like rated R, like or rated like Super X. You know, like um no, but I always find it weird that people have this like weird stigma on comics. Either it's like it's for, you know, kids, or it's very immature, or you know, and even explaining to people, oh, there's indie stories, there's stories that don't have superheroes, anything like that, and that's been a thing since like the 60s and 70s, and they're not interested. I mean, that's like I could pick any franchise my brother's into. Overwatch, I've tried Bill and Ted he's big into. I've tried. Well, I'm going to try with the Mandalorian, and the goal is just to get him to open the book. I don't care if he reads anything. Just open the book and, you know, flip through, check it out. You know, that would be a goal. Now, last week was like a major win for me because he's gone to the comic book shop every time. He's my ride right now, and he gets out and he looks, and he likes Funkos and he likes action figures, so he's on that side of the store. But he's not really looking at comics, and I'll show him. I'll be like, "Oh man, look at this art! You know, look at this art! You know, you like RoboCop? Look at that shit! You know." And he's just not interested. But this week was the first time he looked at a book and he was like, "Ooh, I like that!" And that's why I bought that Venom. It was like Venom issue #4. I bought that variant, and because for some reason that cover, he was like, "Oh, that's dope! Oh, that's cool!" And I was like, "Oh, you like that?" And I was all like, "Yeah, you know," I was all like, "I'll buy you that." And I was like, "All right." When we got home, I was like, you want to keep it? You want to like, you know, put it on your wall? You know, I'll make a little holder for you. You know." And he was all like, "Nah, you can put it in your box." I was like, "Bitch," but it's a step in the right direction. Now, first off, what's up, K-pop junkie? All right, and she wrote something wrong. That's the same thing with manga. Most parents have no clue how nasty this get. I've seen 8-year-old, but I mean, that was the first time I got into manga. That's why I think the first book I picked up was like Macross, and then I picked up some hentai book, and I didn't know it was hentai. I couldn't even read the Japanese in it. I was flipping through it. I was like 4 or 5, and I was like, "Oh, there's some racy stuff in here." It was, you know, before my time, you know, but still, I don't think parents know to this day. Buy him a slab. Now I will say I did bring my slabs. I brought all my slabs, and all my slabs have been gifts. I didn't leave any of the gifts behind. Any of the gifts that I got from YouTube, they're here. All my nose, my nose chop and drop god, and like NORAD, the Catwoman comic that you drew me. I got all that stuff. But the slabs, my brother was really big into. I think he liked the idea of them being graded, and you know, they were like real, like flashy and fly. He was like, "Oh, you got slabs," you know. He liked seeing them, and then he enjoyed telling other people that I had said, "Oh, he's got slabs," you know. Even though all my slabs are pretty like they're nothing significant, but like still, hey, he was all like, "Ooh, slabs," you know. So that might be all those boo-hoos, and that's right, man, you know. But he'll be hooked for life. That's right. I give him one slab, and he'll be like, I mean, it's like they're not so expensive. I go CBS, and he, you know, he don't know the difference. I might be able to go like, you know, like make a slab or something, and he'd be like, "Ooh," you know, and it'd be like really nice for him. He won't even know the difference, you know. It's not like us, and we're like, "Nah, just CBCS." And, oh, you got me a, you know, it's like trying to explain like, you know, just like the variant. My brother was a lot like, well, isn't that issue number 4 right there? Why are you buying this issue number 4? And I was like, well, that's the one you wanted, right? And right, Enter the Jungle, Fantasy found out I have that too. um, but no, just trying to explain the variant, issues. I think I got about like 5 words in explaining about variant covers, and he had already turned me off. I could see it in their face. They're all like, I'll start talking about comics, and they're like, uh-huh, yeah, yeah, that sounds good. Uh-huh, yeah, okay. And then they go back to their stuff. You know, said I saw a meme the other day. It was the best. If comics are for kids, they can afford it. Right? Right? Now, see, when I was growing up, that was a thing because I was buying, but they were like 75 cents, $1. I mean, they were cheap back then. But shit, that book that I just bought was like $7.99, like five. I mean, this whole stack here, no lie, was like $68. $68, and this isn't even. I mean, most of the stuff wasn't even on my list. I only had like 8 books on my list, and y'all know how that is. You go in like with a list. We still don't stick with the list, but I was happy to get a lot of this. And I was happy to set up a subscription box. What's up, Jay? It's good to see you too, man. It's good to see everybody. I've been missing all y'all. I've said this before. This is kind of a temporary thing. It's not going to be like a forever thing. I am coming back, but just not yet. I just had a moment tonight where I had a free moment where I could get online. But where I am right now, I just don't really have the freedom or the peace or tranquility, to get online. If my brother and my other roommate was here, I mean, we have like 3 TVs and they're always going. And plus that I live on a major highway, so it's pretty loud. That's right. But now, no, hell no. I mean, I do see a kid every now and then at the comic shop, which I love seeing, new readers and stuff like that. But I mean, when you go to the comic shop, I mean, raise your hand. How many kids are in line with you? I mean, they're not, and if they are, it's their parents buying their stuff. And if they are buying their stuff, they get some nice allowances, because these books are expensive, especially like we start talking about ratios and incentives, and somebody mentioned slabs, and this stuff ain't cheap. Nothing's cheap. What's cheap now? Everything's getting expensive. You know what I'm saying? You should. I wanted to. I have been wanting to, and I've gone live IG. I think twice. I've gone, in between now and the last time I was online. And that's kind of the reason I was on here today, because anybody that isn't following me on IG doesn't know what's been up with me. I haven't really explained, to my YouTube fan and stuff like that. Yes, I know. It's one thing I'm dreading. All the metal in me and stuff. I'm not looking forward to that. It's one of the reasons I've been working at the place I've been working at. I'm trying to find a place where it's warm before the winter gets here, because honestly, I already hear people think it's funny. Well, everybody's already gotten used to it, but I mean, like, basically, I have to carry around a sweater with me because, like, it gets in the like. Their room temperature here is too cold for me, kind of thing already. And I wake up at like 4 in the morning to go to work, and every morning it's like 60 something degrees outside, and I have to go to work in like cold gear, and then like by 8 o'clock I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. I mean, it gets real hot here right now, but their heat for me is not hot. Yeah, I mean, they don't know what hot is. Comic shops is you guys my age or older this time. Good for the future. I agreed. I want the younger readers. But that was like going to the comic shop today. There was one kid there. Starting to get back in the mood for streaming. You better be. Streaming's fun. I've been wanting to stream. Been wanting to play 3 million for Action Comics 1, and his mom threatens to throw it out if he didn't clean his room. What the hell? What the hell, that boy with $3 million and he's still living at home? What? What was his kids will grow? Yeah. I see kids at comic strip parking. Yeah, kind of the same here. I think that most of the times I do see kids. That's what they're eating. I mean, collectible cards in general. It could be Digimon or Pokemon. All right, Simon, man. Thanks for popping in. And have a great day at work. Thanks everybody for popping in. I didn't know who was gonna pop up, and it would, like I said, it wasn't scripted. Hmm. That was a good joke. It's a good way to wake up. I don't know what time it is for everybody here. It's like 7:27. That's another thing. It's like an hour behind where I was in Houston. Which doesn't change anything. No, but so far my move here to Colorado has been a good experience. There's pluses and minuses. Like kids are growing up on the MCU movies. It will make them go back to shops when they're older. I agree, and if hopefully the comic trend keeps going in the direction it's going. I mean, I don't see him going away anytime soon. Only true readers are the ones like myself that dig through back issues looking for me. That's me too. I haven't been able. I haven't even done that since I've been here. I've just been trying to catch up on new issues. Um, that's like that's close to my bedtime now. That's another thing. Like I used to be a night owl. Now I'm like waking up at like 4 in the morning. I work during the day. My eyes are definitely not used to it. I have to wear sunglasses all the time. Um, No, but so far there's a ton of pluses here. I mean, it's beautiful up here, and the weather. And most people do like the cold weather, and so that's like a plus for most people. I like. I mean, so far the weather and all that's been pretty here. I'm trying not to even buy comics until I tame my heart. I can feel that. I think there's a lot of people. 920. I know you do. I love watching them, and that's coming out. I miss watching your finds and your digs, low budget. You were my favorites. And you and Chop and Drop, man. Comics will all be, even movies need storyboards, which are comics. Which is so fun. Which is so true, but it's so funny. They don't use them like storyboards because why did we get X-Men and all this other crap? And why is all the comics they put out so different from the comics they gave us? What that they got to make it that different, from this, or no one will buy it. Like what? I don't know. I can say the one thing I have been like extremely current on is like multimedia stuff, movies, TV shows, stuff like that. I am behind on Thor. Like we were supposed to go see it Monday. I don't go see movies like premiere days or anything like that. I think the only thing I do that for is Star Wars. But like I'll wait until like Monday or whatever. We were supposed to go see it Monday, and a lot has happened this week where we haven't been able to. My brother picked up a different shift, and now he's working nighttime. Hence, why I'm online right now. And if this continues, it could be like my permanent thing where y'all might see me during this time frame, something like that. It's one of the things I miss. I haven't been able to really find a place where I can dig. Now, all the comic shops have badass dollar bins. Well, they have bins. I haven't really found dollar bins yet. That's been the problem. And like back home, I had like half price books. I had antique stores. I had flea shops, like flea markets and stuff like that. Like, but I've only found like one flea market, and they didn't have any comics. Like, I found like a couple different antique stores and no comics. Like, and they don't really have like half they don't have they have one they have that the place I've been wanting to go to that I've seen on YouTube is called like Ollie's or something like that, and it's supposed to be like a used bookstore. But from where I am in Colorado, I think it's like an hour away from me or something like that. I thought it was like our half price books. In Houston, we had half price books everywhere. I don't even have Whatnot. I can't. Somebody said they going. Who said they going to sleep? Well, Gene said good night, K-pop. Um, I don't have Whatnot, and so far I cannot add any other apps. I just got my laptop. I don't have internet yet, but it is coming. But like right now, my phone is like stock forward. Anybody that's one thing. Like anybody that's tuning in right now are the only people that are going to get to see this because it's not going to be like recorded and put on YouTube because I don't have space on my phone right now. This phone sucks, and I'm trying in the process of upgrading all that. So as soon as that, then I will get on Whatnot and stuff like that. But at the moment, I'm not on Whatnot. At the moment, the only apps I have is like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. That's only the apps that my phone has space for. No, they're not. It's more like 99-cent stores was like the flea market over here. They didn't really have like garage store stuff or anything like that. Every dealer there slabs first appearance mega overpriced. Well, no, well, I've only found that one place over here, and that's that Mile High comic shop. They're the all the other comic places I've actually found pretty good deals. I know NORAD knows one of my goals, one of my grails that I want this year is a new 52 Batman #1, and I actually found that at one of the comic shops, and they only wanted like 25 for it. So I have found some pretty good deals at some shops so far. Like I found Paper Girls #1 the other day for like I think $30, and it was like a first edition. I didn't get it, but I was like, ooh, and I was like, that's a pretty good price. I do want to go to Ollie's. I've been, it's one of the places I want to go. It's extra stock from stores that have trades from under, and I'm fine with that. You know, even trades and stuff they have one. It's like a thrift store, and I've been there. I just found it this week. It's called like Arc Thrift Store, and they did have some comics and some trades. I bought like one of the trade. I bought that American Vampire, the Volume 1 trade pair. It's a series I wanted to read for a long time. Big Stephen King fan. I don't know why I haven't read it. And Scott Snyder. And DC, and Vampire. I don't know. Let's see. I gave up on one. They keep blocking me out. I've heard that from several different people. Under three, the trades are under $3. I think that's how much I bought that trade for at ARC, something like that. Like buttons over. Oh yeah, which all these they work at? Where you at, Nora? You're way up north, though. I think so. Me too. I still do that. I have been to like several different thrift stores. Like that's where my brother's working currently. He's working for Goodwill, and he's a manager at one of the locations out here. I think the distribution center. Um, he's trying to get me to go work there, but I'm not so set on Goodwill. I don't know. I don't see them forking out like good dollar amount for their wages. I don't know, but I don't know what they're hiring at either. I haven't even looked into it. I'm still weighing my option on jobs. Currently, that's what I thought. Georgia. What's up, Connor? What's up, comic book world? I lost where I was going. Norman, you see what you did? No, but I have been hitting thrift stores. We have like several different Goodwills. We have like that Arc, and we have like a couple different like mom and pop stuff. And they have had like pops and like statues and stuff like that. They actually had that Arc. They had like two badass like Spider-Man statues. But it was like they were missing the fingers on one of the hands. I was like, eh. So I didn't get it. And they were pretty cheap though. I probably could have fixed them if I had all my stuff back in Houston, but I don't. You did. I was happy to see you, man. I'm happy to see a lot of y'all. Yeah, I've been missing a lot of y'all, especially because I just haven't been there. I've been trying to come back, but Montana. I have family that live out in Montana. I've been there twice. It's real pretty. No, but that's kind of why I'm doing this right now. I am coming back. I'm going to start doing my reviews. I want to say before the end of the month, I should be back. I've already bought one of the main things I needed. I bought my laptop. Now it's just a matter of getting Wi-Fi. I don't know what's up with Colorado, but, you know, like back in Houston, our hotels and stuff have free Wi-Fi and stuff like that. Yeah, out here they still got like free HBO. Like, whoa! Like, you know, they got 90s incentives over here. I'm not at a super fancy motel either, and so, but it's just an old hotel. But that's another part of the reason I'm not full bold on YouTube. Still on my phone for everything, and we do have cable and stuff like that. But pretty much like whenever we watch movies or stuff like that, it's hotspots. So that's the next step is getting Wi-Fi or a really good hotspot where I can get online. Hell yeah. And it's a lot, I'll say it's a lot different, especially weather-wise. You're talking about like went from 100% humidity to like no humidity. It's a big difference. But it's fun watching people complain about the heat up here because it's not hot to me at all. It's so nice, man. You find some shade and there's a breeze and it's like 60 degrees in the shade. It's really weird. I'm not used to that. I'm used to finding shade and the shade is usually hotter than not the shade. Texas is different kind of hell, I could say. No, but I have missed everybody, and I've never, I didn't, I knew it was going to take about this amount of time for what I was having to go through. And I know not everybody knows what I was going through, but I have moved states. I was in Houston, and now I'm in Aurora. It's right next to Denver now. And I want to say, like, literally, like, I hop in a car and it's like 5 minutes to get to downtown Denver. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm on Colfax, which is like one of the main streets, the thorough streets in Colorado. It runs through like Aurora, Denver, and I think it goes through like Parker and some other little cities on the other side. Not so familiar with that yet. But that's probably the biggest reason that I'm not online full blown yet, is because of the street. And like, I can even give you an example, but it's just the street is really loud. It's a four lane both ways. Like, it's a street, but it's more like a highway, and it's nonstop, and it's always loud. Right now I have like all the doors in our hotel closed, like front door, then our bedroom, and that's the only way I can get y'all like to be able to hear me, because the second I go out like in the living room, it's loud. I know TM Nerdy, Glenn, 2K, some other people have reached out, and we've chatted over the the past couple months and stuff like that. So they've gotten to experience like how loud it is here, and one of the reason I'm not this reason why it's stopping me from getting online. In Denver and Colorado Springs. That's where I was originally, like 20 years ago. That's where I was in Colorado Springs, and that's what got my brother to move here. Was my story about Colorado Springs, and he moved here 12 years ago. He's been trying to get me to come up here, and I'm. It's the cold. The cold's probably the biggest hesitant on why I don't want to be here, and it's because of all the metal in me. It's not that I don't like the cold. I can bundle up and stuff like that. It's different. When it gets too cold, my knee locks up. I have to go back to a cane instead of walking around on 2 feet. It's not so fun. My hand freezes up, like my digits lock in place. Like, there's no pain. I have no receptors on all the left side where all my metal is, but no, it does lock up. And it's kind of frustrating, and it scares people, because sometimes my hand will be like that, like I was trying to do something, and it'll lock up, and it'll just get stuck like that, and then I have to warm it up. My uncle went to college in Denver, had a good pet called an alligator. He had a pet called an alligator. Lived in a suburb. They took it away because he was in a suburb, not city limits. What is this? I guess I've been to Boulder too. Yeah, because they're like all these little cities like right next to each other. It's literally like Aurora's like right there, and like I go like 5 minutes that way, I'm in Denver, and then like I go like 5 minutes that way, I'm in like Little Rock or Fort Collins. Right, like pet alligator. I want a pet alligator, especially a Cayman pet alligator. Maybe not, but it sucks that you gotta get rid of them. But I know a lot of states are pretty stickly with their exotic animals. Texas was pretty lenient. I actually grew up with someone that had a tiger in their yard, and like, well, my grandparents in their neighborhood, they actually had, and they had like, somebody had emus, they had somebody had a tiger, they had somebody had like deer, a lot of peacocks. It was a rich neighborhood though. But yeah, Texas was kind of weird like that. But up here, it's more like it's just cats and dogs. That's all I've seen so far. So far. Oh, and one dude was walking around with a lizard. He had like a lizard on his shoulder. I can say that up here, the wildlife's a lot different. Like, well, I mean, Texas and the wildlife was there too, but here it's a lot more like, because I can walk like, I want to say like 10 minutes in like one direction, and I start getting to like woods and stuff like that. Around those areas, I do have to be a lot more careful here than down in Texas, because it's like bobcats, cougars, like all kind of shit that live out here. I haven't run into any wildlife yet. It's been mostly city life. I haven't really had a chance to explore a whole lot. Most of the places I've been, watch out for my lions, right? You hop that dude's fence, you screwed. There's tigers. No, but mountain lions. Yeah, they're out here. And the last time I was in Colorado, I actually got stalked one time. We were actually hunting, coming back. We put up all our stuff, and when we were coming back, after we put up all our stuff, that's when the sucker wanted to stalk us. And luckily nothing happened, but it has happened. And I think the last time I was here, I ran into a lot of different snakes and deer. I ran into like a moose one time. different elk. Um, no, but so far it's been city life, and I haven't really like gotten to explore a whole lot. I think it was like my second or third week that I finally was able to talk my brother into going to a comic book shop, and stuff like that. It's been mainly work. I've been working like 6 days a week. It's been, 12, 14-hour days. And it's really just a matter of like, I'm trying to make as much money as I can to save up on certain things. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get a new vehicle. I need a new vehicle, but this time I'm going for thinking in scooter, like moped maybe. In Colorado's pretty set up. It's easy. It's a lot safer to drive here with a scooter than actually a car. It's kind of weird. Their car driving here is really weird and scary. Moose are scary me. Yes, they are. I never really been that close to a moose, but I have seen one from a good, like, I want to say 200 feet, something like that. Enough where I didn't want them to see me. We have done that. I have gone down to the mountains once since we've been here. We went out to Pikes Peak, and my brother thought I'd never been there, but the last time I was here, I went out to Pikes Peak. And it's one of like the tallest mountains that they have here. I do hunt and camp and stuff like that, and I did the last time I was here, but it's been about 20 years since I've done anything outdoorsy. But for the main reason, I've been by myself. Yes, that I did see the last time I was here was Western Diamondbacks. Snakes are pretty current here. You see, like, I mean, garter snakes you see pretty rare. Like, I've seen a couple since I've been here. The bigger snakes, like scarier snakes, I haven't run into yet. Um, I'm trying to think of the wildlife. Oh, prairie dogs. That's something I'm not used to, but they got prairie dogs everywhere up here. Eagles. I see eagles a lot, like vultures and hawks, but we have vultures and hawks, but not so much eagles. But prairie dogs are all over the place. They're so cool, and they like pop out of the ground and like little lemurs and shit. Um, that's new for me. I know we had them like northern Texas, but just where I was in Houston. But over here is that I think I can walk like down the block and I can find a place where they have a lot of like they're either gophers or prairie dogs, and I want to say it's prairie dogs, not gophers. But I have been to like different restaurants. I went to a movie theater. I was talking to Tylox and TM Nerdy the other day, and I was telling them that the movie theater we go to is actually the movie theater that got shot up during that whole Dark Knight Rises thing, where that guy shot up the movie theater during the Batman premiere or whatever that was. I found that out, and then like after I found that out that was that movie theater that got shot up or whatever. And that's my permanent movie theater now, and it's actually pretty nice. But right around the corner from there is 2 blocks away is Columbine High School. I was like, what the hell? So not only did I get to see one monument of like some crazy dude that shot up a theater for whatever reasons, and then I got to like go 2 blocks away, and Columbine High School was right there. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. I do not like raccoons. I'll fight one if I have to, but bitches bark. Yeah, you don't want to fuck with no raccoons, man. Raccoons, they usually got like, it's not even like the scratches and stuff you gotta watch out for. It's all the bacteria and stuff they carry. Yeah, I've seen all kind of crazy stuff on geese. When we were growing up, we had get a lot of geese in like Houston and Sugarland. And then they'll fuck with you. You don't even have to mess with them. They'll go fuck with you. It won't be an oddity more anymore. Sadly, what won't be an oddity? I'll make it. No, I don't know. Geese or dicks. They are. I don't know why. They're like maybe they're living on old school rules because birds they rule the planets after dinosaurs ruled the earth, and maybe like geese are still stuck on the old like they still own the earth or something. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't know what's going on. It was like just had that school shooting not too long ago in Texas, like right. My office has turkeys and deers that keep wandering around in our parking lot, and we're in the city. I haven't seen any turkeys. We do have a lot of deer, bunnies, um, squirrels. We have chipmunks. I saw some hummingbirds. Trying to think what else I've seen. The new animals for me were probably the prairie dogs and the eagles. I'm not used to seeing those, and I've seen a lot of eagles since I've been here. I've seen a lot more owls than bats. They have a lot of bats here. We had a lot of bats in Texas too, but it was more like out in the country and stuff. Oh yeah. How can I forget that? Yeah, we got bears. Yeah. That's new because we had bears up north in Texas, but not really where I was. Hell no, not in Houston. We ain't got no bears. But yeah, they do have bears up here. Now, me personally, I don't ever seen not like in the wild or anything. Right, hitting you with a 12-foot combo, and then they be making that. Yeah, we got a lot of bats. We got a lot of bats. Like especially when I wasn't Houston, we had a lot of bats. You'd see them like like when I worked at this Walmart overnight, and like I could look up the Walmart and you'd see them like flying around like they live in one of the W's or something, the neon signs. Let's see, yeah, I have a Disney princess backyard, squirrels, chipmunks, gophers, bunnies, birds, opossums, and raccoons. You do. You go out there like in and you're like, you try and see like how many will land on you and shit. Hell yeah. Kyle tripping. I mean, Kyle had experience with bears now. I don't handle that. I'm be like, see you later. See turkeys running in the parking lot. So you balance. You don't want to go take out the trash. Nah, raccoons I'm familiar with. Like, especially the last place I was living before I came to Colorado, we had raccoons. They were stealing dogs that people like when people were walking their dogs, small enough dogs, that could run up and try and grab them off the leashes and run off and eat them. Raccoons are crazy. All right, something's going on my feed. It might be lagging or something. Yeah, there it goes. All right, I have fed my squirrels. I have Godzilla squirrel and Fats. I want to see these Godzilla squirrels. Squirrels are pretty cool though. Going to U of H, they had kind of like I don't know what the world domesticated the squirrels at U of H, at University of Houston, and they would come up and eat right out of your hand and stuff. They were so like tame. Everywhere else, squirrels in Houston, hell no. You get close to a squirrel, it's gonna attack you. I'm free to this day. I still send them down. I want to see this Fatso the squirrel. It's like a new comic right there. This girl's got Fatso the squirrel. It's a Godzilla-sized squirrel in her backyard. Let's see, deers, turkeys, raccoons. You're naming off all the animals I'm used to, minus the turkeys, deer, raccoons, possums, rabbits. Like that's all the animals like we had in Houston. You could find turkeys if you went far enough north. She's like a beast. He's got to be. If you say Godzilla-sized squirrel, I don't even know if I'd use that descriptive word describing a squirrel. Like this squirrel has to be like tall and fat. Probably sits up on his hind legs and just stares at you. When he hired y'all to troll him, when was that? Isn't it? Kyle's supposed to be on tonight, right? He's doing some kind of like. Oh, he does. He sits back and he laughs at you. He's like, big ass Godzilla squirrel. Yeah, I think Promiscuous is supposed to be on tonight. I saw that advertisement. Like I said, I'm trying to get back into. I actually watched Spine Ticks last night. I didn't watch it live. I think I watched it like Sunday morning when I woke up. Most nights I'm in bed by like 10 or 11 now. Says he comes to my doors and demands snacks. He's on Sands right now. They're getting heated in there about Thor. Oh, you're talking about Promiscuous. I thought you were talking about the squirrel. I was like, shit, this guy, he's demanding snacks and he's hopping in chat rooms like talking about Thor and shit. Fuck. I need to see this Godzilla Thor. We need like it needs to be a thing. Fatso, the Godzilla sized squirrel and shit. Yeah, I saw that. He reached out to me day one, and he was all like, "Where the hell are you?" And I had to tell him, that I was kind of absent at the moment. But like he did reach out, like right before he went live that first night. And I have watched a couple of his streams, like on the rewind and stuff. I haven't been able to catch a lot of people live. I've been trying to. It seems like every time I click on, like when I have the opportunity to go, like watch somebody, nobody's live or whatever. So I end up watching rewinds and stuff like that. I look outside and it'd be deer just chilling in the backyard. And this is in the city. I mean, really big town, 2,000 people. Damn. It'd be pretty cool to see deer in the backyard. I've never somewhere that I want to say like possums, raccoons, stuff like that. You would find like lots of deer in Houston, but as far as like where I was, I never really lived in a neighborhood where that would happen. But they did have places like that in the woodlands. They had it like that where like deer roamed around all the time. Undefeatable squirrel girl. Nah, but then the second you do that, like the unbeatable squirrel girl, the squirrel would like try and take out the Godzilla sized squirrel. It'd be like a massive like beatdown battle. It's probably already happened. Right? Anybody that needs a troll, she's there. All right, we got this dude from Peru. Patox Potux. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Patox Potux. Buenas noches. Saludo. He said good night. Hi, hello from Peru. What's up? Little baby squirrels are absolutely delicious. They play in my flowers and take them out. And I keep having to replant them. Damn squirrels. And they stand on the side and watch me replant them. Excelente estoy, el principal valor de este animal. I haven't read Animal Man. I don't think so. I had Animal Man before. It was something that I wanted to collect because once I found out he was like control of the red or something like that. I don't know. Right, they're sentient. They're sitting there like, she needs to move that one over to the left. That's why they keep pulling them out because you're not doing it right. That's what they're really trying to tell you. They're like professional gardeners, and they're like, look, this girl keeps putting flowers. They're just out, and they keep pulling them out, and that's what they're really doing. You think they're being mean and everything? They're really like trying to help you out. I had it before. I don't think I do anymore. Years back, we were visiting my wife's family, and her mom went out to take out the trash and found a possum in their trash can, just stuck and chilling. She came in all screaming, and then what happened? They were like, girl, that's not the right plant. I'm telling you, I like these flowers. If you put these flowers, like, I wouldn't pull them out. I want to say I had like the first 5 issues or something like that. I don't know if I still had them in my collection. I don't know. But it was the new 52 Animal Man. But I was kind of clueless on a lot of like Animal Man and certain DC properties that were just kind of in the background. Like, it wasn't that I didn't know about them. I just never really read them. There's quite a bit of them that I've never really kind of hopped on that have been popular. Like Animal Man, he's been around forever. Like Starman's another one. I started reading Starman, I think, after I was watching Stargirl or something like that. One of them. No, but I kind of like the idea of Animal Man once I found out he was the whole like a controller of the flesh. Like, Swamp Thing's supposed to be controller of the green, and I thought Swamp Thing was the only thing like that. I didn't know there was other entities that had like control of this or that and like control of the flesh. I was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. That kind of I wouldn't say majorly wanted me to read Animal Man, but it kind of put a little more You know that notion. Talks Batooks, he said, I read the 100, the Batman of Tom King, and I don't like it. It is very tiring. I'm trying to think what Tom King would, because Tenyon was writing Batman up to recently. What Batman was Tom King writing? I don't remember. I know he's written Batman before, but was he doing the Bane? City of Bane thing? I don't know. Sucks because I don't have my whole collection here, so I can't like just go back to my Batman and check. All right, there we go. That's what I was waiting for. What happened with this possum? We called animal control to catch and relocate him, but I have a feeling he'll be in somewhere else's trash can many times again. He looked like he enjoyed scaring the shit out of people. All right. Some animal they get the kicks out of it. They're like, yeah, buddy, I'm waiting for this guy. He's gonna come. It's like 7:30 every day. Here he comes. All right. I mean, it's like that. Like a lot of animals. I found 2 different snakes like under trash cans. Like, what you doing under a trash can? Like, I mean, there ain't nothing under the trash can. Why are you under the trash can? Can't be that comfortable under the trash can. There's got to be caves and holes that are a lot better than under the trash can. Maybe that snake is purposely waiting on getting somebody, you know. Yeah, but I have missed everybody, especially Chop. Chop, I talk about you all the time. Like telling people about like because up here in Colorado I'm fresh meat, you know, and they're like, ooh, like you know, if people find out I got a channel, you know, I promote myself. I'm like, yeah, I got a channel. I got like, you know, over like 250, you know, subscribers, and people like, ooh, you know, and then they're like, what kind of you know channel you got? And I'm like, comics, and they're like, oh man, you know. But you know, I'll be talking about you know. No, but I missed YouTube, and I'm coming back. It's not something that was ever going to be a possibility. I enjoy the ability to connect with people like I am right now. Like we talking about like, so what happened? What happened? I'm surprised nobody took the invite. I ain't putting it back though. It's in there. It's up there somewhere and over the rainbow and up all through this shit. He was trying to get adopted. That's what he was really doing. He was like best face, and y'all just didn't like the best face. That he wasn't feeling that day. I don't know. All right, so I've been going an hour and 36 minutes. I can't go for too much longer, and actually, I'm gonna hop off pretty close to now. I want to say thank you for everybody for showing up. I'm sorry I have been absent. You know, I have gotten a lot, like quite a bit of requests to come back and do reviews and stuff like that. It is coming back. I'm slowly picking up on the amount of comics I was before, and right now I'm making a lot more money than I was before. So I'm going to increase the amount of books I'm reading. But the plan is to come back and enjoy, you know, YouTube with all you fine people and hang out and talk about whatever. Like I've been enjoying talking about, you know, Fatso, the Godzilla-sized, you know, squirrel and these crazy, you know, random trash pop-up, you know, raccoons. Man, this is such a many shit off. And I'm glad everybody was here. Seeing BFit, Free Energy, K-Pop, Noran, LCS, Circum, seeing Sid. Last time I was on, Sid wasn't even on YouTube. So seeing Sid back, and he is like 100 subscriber. Cat Fan, we're gonna get you up. I'm gonna start doing shout outs again. Get on my game, man. But y'all gonna be seeing me a lot more. I will be popping up at other people's chats just like I was doing before. I mentioned this before. It's going to be a little more legit, you know. I mean, it's not just going to be my phone this time. I am going to have some effects and some, you know, some editing and stuff like that. So we'll see where it leads us. But I want to thank everybody for showing up. Got to take a look at my comics, get to hear them talk a little bit, you know, hang out with y'all. And I hope everybody has a great night. I'll see y'all later.